Alright guys, today on my 2003 Civic EX, I'm going to be pulling out the starter to replace the contact points on the solenoid. Step 1, remove the negative cable on the battery with a 10mm ratchet. Next we're going to use a 10mm with some extensions to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. Then I pop these cables out of the brackets to make it a little bit easier to get to that bolt back there. And that last one was hard to actually pull out, so I left it in there. I'm going to pop this off. Pop that off over there. Oh, one last thing, you want to pop this part out too. Alright, it took some wiggling around, we got that out of the way. Alright, I went ahead and pulled these lines out of the way to give me a little more room. I think this is missing a boot on top of it, but that just pulls straight up. Then this boot comes off. And we'll use a 12mm socket to remove that. And then we've got two 14mm nuts, one on either side that we need to remove. Alright, so I got that front 14mm loose, but the one in the back is proving to be a pain. And I only have those star bits. These star-shaped sockets are not great for putting down a lot of torque, so I'm going to get some hex ones and some PB Blaster. Whoever torqued it down way too hard. It should only be like 40 foot-pounds on those two 14mm bolts. Alright, so I went and took a trip to Home Depot. I've got a 6-sided versus a 12-sided star bit, so hopefully this will prove to be a little bit easier to get that back bolt off. Alright, so I ended up buying a Harbor Freight ratcheting breaker bar, and that helped me pop off that last 14mm nut. Well, it took way too much effort, but I'm finally pulling it out. This last bolt, I hate this bolt. Alright, this is a CME rebuilt, but I'm hoping the core is Denso, which is the original manufacturer. Alright, now we're going to be removing 1, 2, 3 Phillips head screws. The screws are on really tight, so I used locking pliers to pull these off. I ended up loosening these 2 bolts also to get this cap off. Turns out we have to pull the whole cap off to access these 2 hidden screws. So now we got 1, 2, 3 holding on the solenoid. Pull this off. Bottom pulls out like this. And it turns out this is not even serviceable, so I'm just going to have to get a new starter.